On the main stage will be aligning around true north. So I will call Chile. So Rodrigo Calderon, my colleague from Chile, will be here on stage. Hello, Rodrigo.
Hello, Christopher. Hello, thank you very much. A very good event. So, uh, Chile is here, huh? My name is Rodrigo Calderon from the Institute Chile, and for us, it is a pleasure to share learning from the side of the world. And I want to introduce to Jose Pablo Dominguez. He is a general manager at ME Elecmetal. Hello, Jose Pablo. Uh,
Hello.
and the lean journey in Elecmetal started in 2018. And today we will see how, through the lean thinking, it was possible to adapt the macroeconomic variability today. So it's a nice history. And Jose Paulo, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Rodrigo, and great to and I would like to say thank you for letting us sharing our experience. I have a presentation to share. I don't know if you are projecting that already. Yes, thank you. And first of all, I will introduce you, Emi Elecmetal. I hope in Europe they will not fall asleep with my presentation. Um, but Emi Elecmetal is a Chilean company. We have more than 100 years of age, although we look younger. And and as a company, this is a Chilean company that dedicated themselves to mining. We focus ourselves on providing products and services to the mining industry. Chile is a key actor in the mining industry worldwide, mainly on copper. And we have as I said, we have more than 100 years old, and we have a strong link with our history. This picture is one of the founders next to our first arc furnace that was set up in 1917. So a lot of connection with innovation. Back then in 1913, the arc furnaces were invented. So there's a strong connection at Mielec Metal with innovation, with expanding capabilities, developing people. Um, our current footprint is a global footprint with manufacturing activity in different continents and servicing mines all around the globe. As I said, dedicated to the mining industry, mainly with mill liners and grinding media on the comminution side. Our focus is wear parts, services, know-how, and benchmark, we are work at the mine, on the crushing area, and then on the grinding area as well. That's to let you know a little bit more about our company. So getting into the subject, there has been a lot of uncertainties and things happening around the world, and our journey has been with the mantra of solving problems by developing people. And on that way, we as a team ask ourselves how to face these challenges as a team in line with our values. It's important to mention our values as a company. Our values has a lot to do with focusing ourselves on our people, on the to be an organization centered on the people, and mainly with the main value on the respect of the dignity of the people. So how to manage a company in an environment with a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of uncertainty not only for the company, also for the people related with the political situation in South America or worldwide, the tension, the COVID, and the inflation, and many factors that has been affecting not only the company but also uh, our people. So on that challenge, we got into lean. We as a team like to eat the cake by pieces, so we have been quite disciplined on trying to incorporate and different tools of lean on the lean thinking, but trying to test and on a trial error kind of perspective, different tooling. And because one of the belief that we have as a team, that was to assure that whatever we do as a company should have a true connection with our strategy. So in that sense, we push a lot before getting into the different lean learning process, to assure that we are going to have a good connection between whatever lean process we put in place and the strategy of the company. Especially from my position, I didn't introduce myself, but I'm the general manager of South America. So my selfish desire was to use lean to deploy the strategy and try to soak as much as possible the people of the organization with the ideas of the strategy. So in that sense, we began in 2018, 2019 with some pilots, value stream mapping, a lot of gembas. Then we got into Hoshin in 2020, and we've been expanding Hoshin with the standardization, daily management, 5S, and strategic A3s, and with a lot of, and we got a lot of learning through the Managing to Learn book. That was something that we dedicated a lot to that book. Actually, we put all our people on training with that material, and that kind of give us a different perspective on really how to connect the strategy and how to really assure that most of the people engage with the strategy, engage with the challenges of the company, and through that process, we provide training to the people, and we enhance our capability as organization to understand and solve problems. So that has been an interesting journey for us as a team. So this is the A3. I will not explain this to the audience here, because they probably know more than me about this. But this was a key element, and this has been a key element of our strategy. We have been using a lot the A3 PDCA tool, and that has been amazing. Following the PDCA cycle, how have we improve this is interesting, because we have improved not only on the gemba area at the manufacturing facility. We have improved in human resources. We have improved in the commercial side. So we've been expanding the using of the tooling on to every corner of EMEA Elecmetal. So based on that context, we got to 2021. And 2021 was after a huge burnout by the COVID. So it has been extremely complicated, because actually I was thinking in the motto of the global of the Lean Global Connection, which says a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, and that's fully true. But sometimes the sailors need a break. And normally when the sailors go out to the ocean, they come back and they have some time to rest. So in 2020, it was crazy. We dedicated fully to take care of our people, to empathize with the needs of the pandemic, and a lot of half of the company went on telework. So it was extremely challenging. And then we got into 2021. The COVID is still there, and then the inflation came, the logistic crisis worldwide. So the situation and the scenario was the following: was more than 300% increase in the logistics cost. Huge. We move a lot of stuff from China, from different places. More than 25% increase in raw materials and cost inflation. So a totally different scenario in terms of cost. More than 80% absentees, increasing the absenteeism, which went up more over 8%, which was almost double the regular number we had. So our people was really burned out. And finally, and not less important, 50% reduction in our margins. So it was a quite dramatic scenario with some of the fundamentals of our business significantly challenged. So And in that moment, the decision was, okay, how are we going to weather the storm? And we were already with Hoshin implemented in 2020 at the company. So that was obviously a temptation to maybe, okay, what about getting back to the historical practices and wear our firefighters suits and go out and try to fix the situation. But it was interesting to decide to stick to the Hoshin and trust in our team for a complicated situation, no doubt. And so, in that sense, following our corporate values, we decided to stick and again, and thinking on, okay, probably together, following the PDCA cycle, we will make simpler the complexities that we are facing. So with that mentality, we got into our strategic planning process, which is a kind of a strategic A3 process, which has different stages that I will not explain in detail. But normally, as I'm assuming that most of you also carry out, we do carry out the context analysis on the situation. We use different tooling to go through that. Also, we use a tool that define the challenges of the year as war and battles. We are not bellic at all, but it's a way of moving from a boring balanced scorecard to something more fun. When you write down what do you mean by the challenges and kind of provide a better understanding of the challenges. And finally, the deployment, which is the process of, okay, how we get everyone engaged. So what we've been doing, connecting Hoshin with some of the previous tools we had as a team, was to use the A3, the strategic A3, as a master tool of identifying the key challenges of the company and then deploying those challenges, kind of cascading the challenges to everyone within the organization and inviting a lot of people to participate. We do have more. We are 700 people in South America. We have more than 100 people directly participating on the strategic A3s, and then many people participating on the cascade of A3s that come down, and then the daily management activities that come down on the same process. And we do have a discipline of following the activities and following providing support to the teams on that process. In terms of the type of challenges that we set up, I think that this is more specific about Elecmetal, but I think it's interesting to share in terms of to see how different the challenges were. The first one was zero harm, which was relates with safety. Then you have the margin situation I described earlier. A 50% reduction in margin is an emergency. Uh, then some new business development that we were interested to have. So we use the strategic A3s for different challenges from different areas and from different fields. So it was interesting, and also obviously the cost contention related with inflation was a key element on the process. Even the engagement with the people was also part of that. That was interesting. The human resource area is more a supportive area, so they were kind of surprised that we include them on a challenge, and has been extremely positive the outcome of that process. So, uh, so we decided to weather the storm using Hoshin, and on that sense, this transformation process that we've been through, it was interesting because it gave us a lot of focus. It was a really true north. It is interesting to consider that the people has been with a lot of uncertainty on many areas of their lives, the COVID, the cost of life, the political situation in different regions of the world that in some places is more complicated than others, but in no place is easy right now. So it was interesting to let the people really have some certainty on their work, and the certainty was about the true north. Um, Also, interesting to let all the people involved and ask for feedback. Let them participate, let them share their opinions. Also, as I said already, give the certainty. Everyone knows the strategy, and really generate a lot of participation on the strategy. A lot of training. We offer training to the people. There was a lot of activities. We also we've been incorporating more people to participate, and obviously when you incorporate new people to the process, you need to put them on training. So and the people has had an extremely positive appreciation on the opportunity to get some training and to progress in know-how, knowledge, and also capacity to solve problems. And obviously, as a consequence of all of the above, we have generated a team spirit and a pride. Uh, People feel proud to belong. There's obviously a feeling of belonging that has been extremely interesting as well. Which has been the results of all of this process that I've been describing in a really short time. First of all, we have been able to increase our sales. Uh, we also improve our margins, challenging to match the margins to any plan that you may have had before the beginning of the year. So improving the margins over that was really not expected. We have improved on the absenteeism with a reduction of 44% in the absenteeism, getting back to normal levels, which is still high, but is closer to historical numbers, and also a better EBITDA with the same assets. That was also a consequence. So a lot of improvements, and really kind of the people taking care of the business and taking care with a positive attitude, with a positive feeling. Uh, uh, our people engagement improved significantly. A lot of commitment and involvement. The people kind of appreciate a lot being able to participate. We are expecting to get the information about the impact on the employee satisfaction. We do have a measure scheduled for the end of the year. So unfortunately, I'm not yet ready to get the number. I share with you that number, but we're expecting that to be a positive outcome as well, because on a sense, Elecmetal through this process has been able to provide certainty to the people in an extremely uncertain environment. Obviously, with these kind of results, we have been able to weather the storm and also assure the work for the people. We haven't had to lay off people, so we were able to really turn around the scenario that we saw at the beginning of 2020, during 2021. So in terms of the learnings, and this is a key part of the presentation. First, I think that the confidence in the PDCA method and the use of Hoshin was an extremely grateful experience. We decided to stick to what we believe, and instead of turn us into firefighters, and I think that was something that we appreciate as a team. The people appreciate that as well. Um, Second, I think that, and this is a key element, and we may be talking about this for a really long time. The leadership styles has changed a lot within Elecmetal. Many of us has been promoted within Elecmetal because we were good at doing some things. Now we are changing and switching into leading people, asking questions, going to the gemba, offering help, delegating. That has been a huge change. And at the end, letting the people run the strategy. It's not easy. It requires a really mentality, a different mindset from the leadership. But the outcome of that has been extremely generous for our people in terms of development and for the company in terms of results. The third learning is, I mean, the confidence in the development of people, and the confidence on the capacity of the people. and as I said, the mantra of solving problems by developing people, that has been interesting. And also an interesting connection. The new generations, I don't know if everywhere people talk about that, but the new generations with a different mindset, different perspective, and on a sense, a challenging new generations. Uh, this has been an interesting outcome. They like what we do with Hoshin, because Hoshin connect them, help them to connect with the challenges. And the new generation are asking for challenges. They also are asking for transparency, and Hoshin is fully transparency. They also ask to get involved in things that matter, and Hoshin let them do many things that matters. So, on a sense, Lean is fully up to date for the new generations on that sense. And finally, and I think that that's something that I've been referring indirectly along the presentation. We generated a safer psychological environment for the people. Uh, Everything that was happening around the process was well known by the people. There wasn't any surprise. There wasn't any information that they didn't know. And actually, it was interesting because in some of the challenges, some were from commercial side, others for human resources. But we do implemented virtual plenaries, and on the virtual plenaries or seminars, people from the commercial side will have the chance to input and provide feedback to the people on the human resource side and backwards. So there was a lot of sharing, a lot of participation on that. So on a sense, it was a challenging work that generated a more certain environment for the people in the middle of a lot of uncertainties that the people was having in their lives. So in that sense, we also feel proud of being able to provide some certainty for the people. And this is the pictures are worth thousand. The pictures are worth 1,000 words. Um, so so you see that it was a mixed process, a lot of virtual, and I would say that one of the learnings and a positives has been the use of the virtual tools. We use a lot of virtual tools. Most of the sharing activities, the seminars, were virtual seminars. So it was interesting to have people connecting from Peru, from different countries and from different regions of Chile. And also we carry out a lot of gembas, a lot of activities on the floor, with a lot of participation for the people. And finally, obviously, we still have huge gaps to continue improving. And which are the next steps? The first one is the LPPD. We have identified a significant gap on our ability to develop new products and new processes. It takes longer than it takes a lot longer to what we consider should be the time that we should take to develop a new product. So we are kind of looking into getting a training and again, getting the training, getting involved, helping the people to get the new know-how, and as soon as we train them, let them run the strategy on this area as well. And also on the daily management activities, we would like to continue strengthening the daily management activity. That's something that is working well, but I think we need to continue practicing. And finally, we are already in the middle of the preparation of our Hoshin 2023. Again, it has been amazing for us as a leadership team to have a tool that give us the ability to invite everyone to participate on the strategy on the company, and being able to, through the participation, achieve along with the people the results that I'm sharing with you. So thank you for letting me sharing our experience. I hope that will help you in your own challenges.
Okay, thank you very much, Jose Pablo. It's a great history about the lean journey in Elecmetal. So I have a question because the journey is a very good. It's a very good how the company adapt to the different variable macroeconomic in the world. Uh, but we see that you really involved to give support to the company. So for the audience, can you explain a little bit about the your normal activity to give support to the teams in the ML Metal?
Yeah, that's a good question. The discipline that we've been practicing is stay in touch. We do have 10 strategic A3s, and each of them is led by one of the managers or the VPs of ME Elecmetal. And in my case, I am in contact with them on a monthly basis. And normally I try to ask them questions, and they share with me the progress, and I offer my assistance to them. And that has been an extremely positive process. Let me and we do it through a virtual tooling. So that give me the chance to get to see a lot of the employees of the company, and also we carry out gembas at the monthly base as well. And as I said, on a quarterly base, we have our seminars, and on the seminars, there's an accountability exercise from each strategic A3, and each of the owners of the leaders actually of the A3s, they share with everyone, 70, 80 people, 100 people sometimes, they share the progress on the A3. So we have been able to put in place a discipline, and a discipline that is deploying the strategy of the company.
Okay, thank you. And other question, what are the challenges that you see to the next year to the ML Metal?
I mean, a lot of challenges. We have some. As I said, one of the main challenges is the gap we identify on the product and project development lead times. That's way too long. So we probably need to incorporate to our toolbox something new, as LPPD, for example. Um, Also, the challenge is the rotation of people and the incorporation of new people, the expansion of the process to more and more people. That's another challenge. But I think that whatever challenge we find, especially after 2020, 2021, we will be ready to weather the storm. The challenges are going to be different, but the process is going to be the same.
Okay, okay, thank you very much, Jose Pablo. And maybe Christopher, you are here with us. Appear the chat. Wow. Okay, again, thank you very much, Jose Pablo.
No,
Uh,
thank you.
go to the Christopher.
Hello,
Asylum.
Rodrigo. We are here. Thank you. Thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you
Thank you,
for
thank you.
sharing that experience there in Chile.